I want to give all praises to the Father of the universe and His only begotten Son. I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem, Rakah Kadash. Double honors to the elders, the apostles at Great Millstone. Their teachers is 100% truth. Peace and blessings and safety to all the brethren that's out here telling us 100% truth. Peace and blessings to the 1/3 and 144,000. Hope for elect. And all the Akim and Aqua. I'm going to get right into it. I have a title of what I want it to be, but just in case I change it, I'm going to start from now on not giving the title until the lesson's done. Unless I'm totally sure that's what I'm going to use for this lesson. Only because you never know, you might change how you feel about the title of the lesson. Not saying everybody should do what I'm doing, but that's what I'm doing. But the point is, what I'm doing is telling the word in sincerity and truth. Alright, we're going to start right here in the book of Luke. In the book of Salakia, the book of Exodus, chapter 16. And we're going to start in verse 4. Then said the Lord unto Moses, Yahweh unto Moses, behold, I will rain bread from heaven for you, and the people shall go out and gather a certain rate every day, that I may prove and gather, I shall prove them whether they will walk in the law or no. That's a very powerful verse. So as we get into the story, the Father said He's going to provide a certain rate. And that rate is going to be the rate that He deems the rate to be, not what they deem it to be. So that rate is, He's setting a standard of what He desires, not what they desire. All right? So He's going to set the rate. Now, we could read the whole chapter, but I want to go down to key points. Same chapter 16. We're going to start in verse 11. And Lord willing, we go all the way down to 22. And the Lord spake unto Moses, Yahweh, saying, I have heard the murmuring of the children of Israel. Speak unto them, saying, at even ye shall eat flesh in the morning, and ye shall be filled with bread, and ye shall know that I'm the Lord your God. Yahweh your God. He's talking to the Philistines. No, he ain't talking to the Philistines. He's talking to the Israelites. Yeah, which our Christians like to try to attack. He's talking to Israel. All right? That's the people that he's talking to. And we're going to continue. And it came to pass that at evening the quails came up and covered the camp. And in the morning the dew laid around above the host. So the birds came out. He was giving them that meat to eat. All right. And when the dew that laid was gone up, behold, upon the face of the wilderness, there lay a small round thing, as small as the hoar frost of the ground. And when the children of Israel saw it, they said one to another, it is manna. For they wist not what it was. And Moses said unto them, this is the bread of which the Lord hath given you to eat. So mind you, they came out of Egypt. They was already murmuring. But the Father is giving them just what they need. He's giving them the bread that came from heaven, that he provided. All right? And you're going to see why this bread is important. But moreover, you're going to see why spiritual bread is more important than physical bread. And it says that Moses said unto them, this is the bread which the Lord has given you to eat. This is the thing which the Lord hath commanded. Gather of it every man according to his eating, and omer for every man according to the number of your persons. Take ye every man for them which are in his tent. So this food was given accordingly to what someone can possibly eat. You wasn't supposed to gather too much that it was, as it's an old saying, don't let your eyes be bigger than your stomach. For those that was in that person's tent, basically stating that person's family member, everything was given accordingly to the situation. All right? According to that situation, that what was given. Because it says, for them which are in his tent. And the children of Israel did so, and gathered some more, some less, because it was according to what you need. And when they did met it with an omer, he that gathered much had nothing over, and he that gathered little had no lack, because it was according to what they need. They gathered every man according to his eating. So whatever that man needed, that's what he got. And when I say man, I'm talking about man, woman, and child. And Moses said, let no man leave it until the morning. So whatever you had to eat it. You couldn't try to save it over to the next day. All right? Notwithstanding, They hearken not unto Moses. They ain't listen to him. But some of them left it until the morning, and it bare worms. So think about that. They was told to eat that manna and the time that they had it. And whatever was left over, it bare worms. Now let's think about that for a minute. We must get this spiritual word. And you might not be able to do it in the morning. You have to do it now. Just like I'm doing this video right now. I might say, let me do this video in the morning. And let's say in the morning, I don't wake up. And I die. Now the worms got me. I'm dead. That's how we got to see about things you're supposed to do and don't put them off. If you have set to do a video at a certain time, you need to do it. Or if it's on your conscience to do it, you need to do it. Or if someone's telling you not to do something, then you don't need to do it. If someone's telling you need to do something, you need to do it. Because if you don't listen and you don't do what you're supposed to do, then the worm's going to get you. And the worms won't be spoiled food. It could be your actual life. It could be death. That's why when you hearing these words coming from Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, and he's passing it on down through the elders and apostles at Great Millstone, you need to go ahead and take heed of that. And that even applies to myself. That's why when I was talking to my wife over the phone, she was saying, how much money should I take, to count? I'm like, take what you need. Don't take what you want. And she's like, well, I'm just gonna take. I said, nah. Even though she was playing, but the whole point of the story I was trying to bring out to her is that let's say she took whatever she felt like it, and let's say the next day something majorly happened, and she spent more of that money than what she should have spent. Now you don't have that money because it's already spent. Now the worms got it, figuratively speaking. And that's also when it comes to preaching this word. You might say, oh, I don't feel like doing it, or can't do it. I mean, we all do have our limitations, and you have to understand that with yourself, and brothers do understand that as well. But at the same time, you have to realize that when Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, when they're giving us directions through these holy scriptures, through the elders and apostles, we have to apply it. We have to do it. And that's what these Israelites were having a problem. They strictly told them, do not leave any of that stuff laying over for the next day. But you got to think about it. The ones that left it over, it said that they only gathered what they needed. But you're always going to have those that's like, you know what, this stuff tastes good. Let me go ahead and gather a little bit more than what I need. And then look what happened. The worms got it. Same thing. We soon about to go into a famine. And a lot of us might feel that we need to gather so much food because we don't know what's going to happen. But think about it. That could be a detriment to us. Let's say that this thing pop off, and let's say, just like in the movie War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise, when that stuff happened, he told his son, gather some food in the house and let's go. He gathered only what he had in the house. So that also shows that if you're not storing up anything, that could be a detriment too. Well, imagine some people that store up too much, and now you're trying to lug that stuff around. That could be a detrimental to you. While you could be loading that stuff up, someone could bust you upside the head, someone could shoot you, or the ground could just open you up and swallow you. So that's why you gotta only gather what you need. That the Father tells you what you need. But let me continue. So I'm gonna go ahead and start this again. And Moses said, "Let no man leave it until morning. Notwithstanding, they hearkened not unto Moses, but some of them left until the morning, and it bred worms and stinked. It had a bad smell. And Moses was wroth with them." He was upset. "And they gathered it every morning, every man, according to his eating. And when the sun waxed hot, it melted. And it came to pass that the 6th day they gathered twice as much bread, 2 omers, and 1 man, and all the rulers of the congregation came and told Moses, and he said unto them that which that the Lord Yahweh had said to Tomorrow is the rest of the holy Sabbath unto the Lord. Bake that which ye will bake today, and seeth that ye will seeth, and that which remaineth overlay up for you to be kept until the morning. And they laid it up until morning, and Moses bade, and it did not stink, neither was there any worms therein." So you see, when they listened and followed the rules of what they was commanded to do. So you see how when they didn't listen, there were worms in the manna, and you see how when they did listen, there were no worms in the manna. So if we listen, we won't see death. But if we don't listen, we will see death. Let me say that one more time again if I said it a little bit messed up. If you listen, you won't see death. But if you don't listen, you will. You will see those worms swimming all the way around you, going through your eyeball sockets and through your teeth. And Moses said, "Eat that today, for the day is a Sabbath unto the Lord. Today ye shall not find it in the field." Let me keep reading. "The 6th day ye shall gather it, but the 7th day, which is the Sabbath, and it there shall be done. And it shall come to pass that there went out some of the people on the 7th day for to gather, and they found none. And the Lord said unto Moses, How long refuse to keep my commandments and my laws?" So as you see, even when the Father, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, commanded them clearly, 6th day, do what you want to do. 7th day, don't go out there. But even on the 7th day, the Sabbath, they were still looking for that manna. And that angered the Father. That's like how what we do. We can work 6 days a week. All right? 6 days a week we can work. That's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. All right. Friday. Come that seventh day, the Sabbath, we are not supposed to work. The only work we're supposed to do is the Father's work. We must do the work of the Father. And that work is preaching His word in sincerity and truth. That's the only work we're supposed to be doing as of now. But since the Sabbath is everlasting, that means it never ends. But as you've seen what the people did, they wanted to even look for manna on the seventh day, but none was there. But the Father seen that they were still looking for some. In verse 28, and the Lord said unto Moses, how long refuse to keep my commandments and my laws? See, for that the Lord has given you the Sabbath. All right? Therefore, He's given you on the sixth day the bread of 2 days. Abiding ye every man in his place. Let no man go out of his place on the seventh day. So even on the day before, He gave you double portion. But you still, that's not enough for you. You still want to look for more. That's like, so even on the sixth day, He basically gave double the portion because He knew they would want something on the seventh day to eat. You know, they want their daily bread. But He gave it to them the day before. And see, that's also like how it is in the work field. If the Father giving you enough money to sustain you, let's say you're single, or let's say you have a family, He give you enough money to sustain you and your family, and you got enough money. But let's say you like, nah, man, I just want extra. I just want more. And you're supposed to go out there and do the work. And you already know you have a little extra money that the Father from Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai provided for you, but you still like, nah, I'm not going to go out and camp. I'm going to go ahead and get this extra money and go ahead and work. The Father's not going to be pleased with that because He already gave you what you needed to sustain you, but you decided to, you just want to be greedy. And see, and that's what those Israelites were doing back then. They just wanted to be greedy. And it didn't pan out good for them. It angered the Father. And He let them know that, look, the Sabbath's the next day, and the sixth day I gave you more than what you will possibly need. And that's how we have to be. He could be, and it's not just about finances. He can give us some extra time to do these videos. And let's say we don't decide to do the videos. Then the Father's He's gonna be mad at you. He's gonna be like, hold on, I given you extra time to do these videos, and now you're not doing them. He's gonna be mad. I mean, Tahar already put out the decree, basically saying, if you're not doing a video every day, you ain't one of the elect. Basically just emphasizing, I mean, everybody will have their reasons why they probably can't do it, and it can be justified, because anything can happen, out in this world, dealing with these devils. But the point, he trying to emphasize that, if you got the time, you need to go ahead and use that time, try to do these videos. I'm trying my hardest, so at the minimum to do 2 videos a day, but at the most, at least to try to do 3. And that's hard in itself. I got a long drive to work. Long drive coming back. Got kids, family, but you gotta make that time. But anyway, let's turn to John chapter 6. And we're going to go into I think it's 58. Let me make sure. Yeah, it's 58. Let's go on it right here. It's 58. Okay, so this is the bread which came down from heaven, not as your father did eat manna and are dead. He that eateth of this bread shall live forever. Talking about the spiritual bread. This